Today has been amazing. Thanks for filling in. Keep filling it in. I know I'm the last speaker of today. I am the person keeping you from drinks. And if you're anything like the Drifts crew, I know you want to go turn it up, get lit, and let's get this party started. But Dave made a mistake. He made a big mistake. He told me a secret upstairs, and he said, "Don't tell people." I'm like a little kid. I'm going to tell you. So we have drinks from 5 to 7 right here, thanks to our sponsors. But we have a secret after party. Look at Dave's face. It's at a place called Warehouse, which is walking distance from here. It's really close, and things are going to get really lit. So let's go, everyone, 7 p.m. after party. Dave is nervous. Look at him. All right. So earlier today, I told you about discovery number 3. So I'm back to talk about discovery number 3. But before, it's okay, you can laugh. So Eric Devaney, who's on our team, who's here somewhere, I don't know where Eric is, he had some fun with my head. All right? So before I tell you discovery number 3, I want to make sure you're ready. Because once I tell you discovery number 3, I don't think you'll look at things quite the same way. So you ready to take that pill? Yeah. All right. I know Matt is because he took it already. All right. So discovery number 3, right? Discovery number 3 is this. The way that we've been taught to work is perfectly suited for a world that no longer exists. I'm going to say that again. The way that we've been taught to work, all of us and me, is perfectly suited for a world that no longer exists. So the way that we've been taught to market, the way that we've been taught to sell, and the way that we've been taught to build products, yes, even building products, is perfectly suited for a world that we believe has vanished. But it's not your fault, it's not any of our faults that we've been playing this game. We did everything that the Matrix told us to do, right? But we're not getting the results that we wanted. So I want you to step back for a second. I want you all to just imagine for a second. Imagine that you are Leah. Leah is actually Dave's wife, and that is Annie, Dave's daughter. So you can tell who picked out the pictures for this deck. And so if you're like Leah, you spend most of your day communicating on some kind of messaging tool, whether it's Slack or HipChat or other things. You're probably communicating that way. And when you're on the go and you wanted to talk to DG if you were Leah or your other loved ones, you'd probably be using something like FaceTime or some other product. And one thing I noticed when I was looking at these slides is that Dave does not have a shirt on in this photo. So when you go to the after party, ask him why he's not wearing a shirt here, since he was the one who picked that photo out. And if you want to share special moments, if you're Leah and you want to share these moments in your life, you probably do that over Instagram or Snapchat or some other kind of tool. But here's the problem that we see, right? The way that we've been taught to market and sell to Leah uses this, right? And these are tools that we no longer use, right? Calls and emails and forms and all this crap that we've been taught to use, it no longer works. It worked really well for some time. But Leah and the rest of us don't have time for that anymore. And so the tools that we arm our marketing and sales teams were perfectly suited for this world. But that world no longer exists. So when we started Drift and we began this journey, we started to think about how do we build the next platform? How do we rewrite the playbook that we've all been using? And so we sat down looking at that playbook, and we said to ourselves, we don't fill out any of these things, so why would our customers? And so a little over a year ago, we said, let's kill all the forms. Specifically, I called up DG and I said, let's get rid of all of our forms. And he said, what? And he said, what am I going to do? I get measured on leads. I said, just get rid of all of them. And so we began this journey that has turned and evolved and snowballed into this movement around no forms. And now you're starting to see companies and marketing brands from all across the world Many of them who you know, starting to talk about no forums, removing gates from content, and freeing our content because that stuff just simply doesn't work anymore. And what we figured out in this journey was that all we wanted to ever do at the end of the day was to have conversations, to break down those walls, and to communicate person to person. And so that began our mission of making business personal again. But then we looked at all of the websites that we visited, and all the websites we visited looked like this. They were the equivalent of sending all of your people to an empty store and no one waiting there to help them. And so we began to iterate, and using messaging, we could create this experience where sending people to that website was no longer like sending them to the empty store. It was someone was there to help them buy and help them move down the process. But what we discovered since launching that is that conversations don't start and stop on your website, right? If we go back to Leah for a second, Leah's busy. Leah's running around to pick up her daughter, and she doesn't have time to be there on your schedule. And even if you have great messaging, like Drift, on your website, Leah is not always going to be there to respond when you want to respond to her. So how do we continue that conversation with Leah? So what's the best tool when things aren't available, when you can't communicate in real time and you can't be there? Does anyone know? Casey mentioned it before. So it's this. It's email, right? But I know what you're thinking. Don't groan yet. Marketing and sales love email, and they've always loved email. But all of us feel like this. We hate email, right? And why do we hate email? Right? Here's why all of us as consumers have grown to hate email. Reason number one is email is not real time, right? But we've treated email as a real-time channel, right? Our marketing and sales teams, given only one tool, have tried to use email as a real-time channel. But again, if you're Leah, if you go back to Leah, when Leah's at home and she's finally convinced Dave, go change Annie's diapers, right? She probably wants to drink a beer. She's probably not there waiting to answer your email. And reason number two is that email gets abused, right? People don't answer cold calls anymore. So what do salespeople do? They send email, and they send more emails, and then more emails. And we all feel like this, right? Blasted by emails. And reason number three is that email is not smart. So if you are the customer of a company, you're probably getting emailed from their marketing team, from their sales team, and their product team. And worse yet, you're probably getting emailed by all three of those teams at once, right? And so that leads to bad experience for Leah and bad results for the business, right? All of those emails aren't coordinated. And I should know, I've built marketing automation and sales enablement software for a long time. And even the systems that I've spent time building don't do this, right? They don't coordinate across those channels. And instead, you have marketing and sales teams inside your company fighting because we're pummeling the same person, and sales wants to get in front of them, but you keep sending those damn marketing emails at the same time. But imagine this. Imagine email that was real time. Imagine email, when you sent out an email, that it was connected to your website. And imagine email that didn't get abused, because now you could finally close the loop with email and your website. You wouldn't be there as a marketer or a salesperson freaking out, hoping that someone would respond to you, hoping that you could continue the conversation, and you didn't have to resort to sending more and more email. And then imagine number three, imagine that email was smart. So imagine email could take into account all of the other communication channels that you use, whether it's social, whether it's voice, whether it's other email, whether it's website chat. Imagine all of those channels coordinated together so that you didn't get crappy email when you just had a conversation with someone using some other channel outside of email. We think that will lead to fewer emails but better results. But starting today, you no longer have to imagine, right? Why not? Easy, because Drift is reinventing email. We are reinventing email. We are taking a look at it and saying, can we build one email system for product, for sales, and for marketing that work together to deliver a better experience that is coordinated across all the channels that you use? And everyone here, because you are all pioneers, you will be the first to get access. So all you have to do is go to drift.com. So go to drift.com/email and fill out that form, all right? But of course, that's a joke, right? You don't have to fill out anything. You don't have to raise your hand. We know who you are, and we're all about building personal relationships. So we'll reach out to you personally and invite you to try out Drift email, and you will be the first in the world to try it and have access to it. All right, so now's the time that Keith on the Drift team has been waiting for all day. And there he is. See? Stand up, Keith. Okay. There's your party ambassador. Yeah. All right, are we ready? All right, it's time to party. Let's get it going.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho, H to the OV. I used to move snowflakes by the OZ. I guess even back then you can call me CEO of the